This is the Red Eleven Show with me, Josh Everton, Andy Simcox, Alan Smith, and Craig Wood, who have all organised the white away shirts today, and I'm clearly not privy to that info as I've got the red hoodie on. So, cheers for that, lads. Nice to know you've got a private group chat where you've been organising all these unison outfits between yourselves.
Some of us haven't got a red all over hoodie, Josh. That's why we're not wearing them.
Well,
We
yeah.
haven't got one.
Oh, well, look at that.
And it just
What a
shows how
treat
in
for me.
sync we all are. That's what it is.
We have to make Dowie Barnsley shirts.
Well, this Barnsley podcast, what a shame that is. We're going to. There's obviously no action this weekend, and we'll do the preview for Saturday's game during the week. So, a nice opportunity for transfers. So, we're going to discuss potential incomings. There's been a few rumours and a few rumours on outgoings as well as discussing areas in which we think we need to improve and players we need to get. So, let's get into it. So, Andy, we'll do incomings first. So far, it's been rarely thin and relatively quiet. I think as a whole, the January window is quiet to start with. Never really too much action going on. But Hines, an American centre half who's 6'4" and sounds big and brussant, and a midfielder from Ipswich who's on loan at Leyton Orient are the only two rumours that we've heard so far.
It is, yeah. From it'd be interesting, isn't it? From DC United, Donovan Pines, and I don't know much about him. I've seen a wonder goal on YouTube, but Al scores wonder goals on YouTube, so it's not always it's not always the most accurate thing to see somebody's brief highlights on YouTube. But it is if it's not him, it is the type of player that we've clearly said, everybody's said on this year, that we need somebody big and brussing at the back to sort it up, particularly on the right hand side. From what Dougal Kane's saying, he's been here 3 days. The bad bit is he saw the match against Wigan apparently, which might not have helped. And he's gone back as arranged. But from what I gather, it sounds like he's talking to the clubs because he's out of contract. He's not played for a number of weeks because the season's finished. But let's see and hope if he's we to give him a chance if he comes. If he don't come, it says clearly that we're going to move on to other targets. So we clearly need a centre half. I don't think anybody's saying anything different to that. We need that big Brussels centre half that's going to say, bust you, get your head on that. So when the ball's crossed in, we've got somebody big and strong to go with the other two at the back that's going to dominate it, because that's absolutely what we need. And that'll release Jordan Williams to go back to right wing back or have a rest. Whichever. People have different views on him. Me, I think, getting back to right wing back. So we'll see. I don't know anything about the El Mizuni I know he's a midfielder from Ipswich that's on loan at Leyton Orient. I don't know anything about him. I'm not sure what that's about. Of course, all the rumours will be that if we're signing him, it's because we're selling Connell.
Yeah, naturally.
So, because we like to look positive about things. So I don't know anything about that at all. Time will tell, but we certainly need that centre back. Certainly need that.
In terms of improvements across the team, what would your wish list be this January window?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, exactly what I've just said. A centre back, absolutely a centre back. I don't think we're too bad in midfield. I do wish that we'd play a bit more on the front foot when Connell gets booked and comes off, because that's the red flag to start defending en masse and saying, "Come on, come and score a goal." So in the ideal world, I would want somebody who could definitely play in that holding role in midfield. Don't have to be massively tall, but holding role in midfield. But we're in League One, and there's a limit to how many players that we can sign for each position, because we ain't got the money. Although depends who you listen to. We've got millions and millions. Well, it trickles in, but it needs to trickle out a bit more. So definitely that. We definitely need to replace people if people leave. There are a number of players out of contract in the summer. Do we keep them till the summer and lose them for nothing? And there's a number of them. And to my knowledge, to my recollection, there's 4 of them. Of course, there's loans as well. I don't want to keep doing the same thing every year. We need to tie some of the players down. So things like your Devante Cole, your Herbie Canes, Nicky Cadden, Jordan Williams as well. We need to get them. Whether they'll go, if they're not going to sign the contract, and we should know if they're going to sign if they're ultimately going to sign the contract. Can't wait until a week before the season ends to decide that they're not, and then we start again every season, because that becomes disheartening for every single one of us. We want to see progression and us building on things. So if any of those are going, and the things that are coming out are saying no, they're not looking at selling anybody, but we weren't selling Kitchen, and I'm not criticising for us selling Kitchen, because we came they came in with a silly bid for him, Coventry. So if you're going to get a silly bid like that, then you're going to, if somebody came in for a silly bid for Devante Cole, then he'd want to go, and we'd want to sell him. If somebody offered, say, 5 million, which I can't see that happening, but if somebody did, then you'd say thank you very much. So we need to replace anybody that left it, because I think they've been they're key players for us. The four I mentioned, Jordan when he's at right wing back, key players. So we need to replace them. But apart from that, just at least one big Brussels centre half. I don't know what happens if a centre half gets suspended or injured. We go back to where we currently are. So maybe 2 centre halves. I don't know, but you can't keep collecting centre halves unless some move out. And I know we're talking about that in a little bit.
Well, I think that might lend itself nicely to speak about it now, because obviously there is the rumours of Shepherd and Conor McCarthy leaving Oakwell, which does, not free up some space, but it does get rid of some of the surplus centre halves in which we do have. Craig, obviously, when you look at that, then Andy just mentioned injury suspensions come into it. Outside of the 3 that we've got, and one of them's the right wing back, it looks kind of thin then at centre half, because there's only Lapata who's basically there as backup for all 3 positions. So it sort of, to me, it indicates that there will be some centre halves coming in. Obviously, when you look at Donovan Pines as well, it looks like he fits that mould of what we need.
Yeah, there's plenty of centre backs out there. I think Shepherd needs this loan. I think this will be a really good development for him. It's a really good club that's close, so he'll not have to move. I'm really excited about that loan for him. Also, McCarthy, I think he needs to go somewhere he's going to play, to figure out whether this injury is finally behind him or not. I don't think he's going to get enough time with us, unfortunately, because we need ready-made players who are ready for promotion right now. Donovan Pines, look, I'm not going to say I watch the MLS every week and I'm the biggest hardcore fan, but from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading, he's a big, stocky Brussels centre half who can win ball in air and has got a fair bit of pace about him too. And he's a threat in opposition area because he's scored a few goals. So yeah, it all looks great. But if we are going to lose McCarthy, we are going to lose Shepherd, then we're going to need 2 centre halves to come in. It's just maths, isn't it? So Mazzoni coming in, maybe. I don't think we'll offer as much wages as some of the other clubs we're up against, so I don't think we'll get him. I don't think we're in bargain bin majority of the time. So unless we're the only team going for a player, it's highly unlikely we're going to get him. So I don't think we're going to get Pines either, because I think there's going to be a championship team out there that's going to just offer him a little bit more than we can. So this is all about ambition for me. It really is. And how much they really believe that Collins is the guy. Because if he's the guy, then you're going to have to back him. And you're going to have to put some money behind you. And you're going to have to stop this tiptoeing around, trying to go, oh, I'll pick that little deal. Oh, that's a little deal. That, there's not much risk in this. Look at Ipswich. They threw everything behind their manager. We're either there. They're going up to the Premier League in 2 seasons. Same happened with Sheffield United. They backed their manager. They gave him what he needed, and he got him back-to-back promotions. For me, you just obviously don't throw silly money, but throw smart money behind the manager who you'll back, and you'll get results. But obviously, if they don't back him as much as what they're saying, and they're just going to give him bargain bin players, then they're going to get bargain bin results. So for me, it's either you back him, and that'll say everything to me about this transfer window.
If they sign Donovan Pines, Craig, do you think that'll be a sign for you that they're backing him?
No, I think, like I said, he's not proven with this league.
What would make you think?
Patrick Bauer.
Oh, I don't believe
Patrick
that.
Bauer from
proving this
Preston.
league doesn't mean anything. DK won't prove this in Championship and went and took it by storm in 6 months.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it. No, I'm not saying it can't be good. But what I'm saying is, it's a free transfer, so it just shows to me that they are looking at the bargain options.
I get that, but he's also got 2 international caps for
USA, isn't it?
America. Like it's not like it's not like picking up someone from who's been released by a League 2 club. Like it is. Yeah, it's a little.
I'm not saying it's a National
League
signing, but what I'm saying is, if you want to go to Championship next season, then I'd be looking at the likes of Patrick Bauer, who plays for Preston. You know, somebody that's not played much this season, got tons of experience, fantastic centre back at that level. You know, that's what sort of signings I'm looking at. Like I said, Donovan Pines might be the best thing since sliced bread for Barnsley, but he's a free signing, and I don't think we'll get him anywhere. Like I said, I don't think we'll get him because I don't think we'll pay the wages other teams will. So that's just my thoughts.
Well, I've got some information here from Joe Wilmore from Ovett Pond on BBS Forum Tankstoke about Donovan Pines. He says, I'm a DC United fan, and I've got some, I understand he's looking to sign him. So I want to share some information with you. Pines is a physical freak of a centre-back, 6'4" tall, and the man can also jump. He's quick and fast and can really cover ground well. So he can play in a back 4 or a 3. He's good in air, technically good, will show good vision at times, hitting some nice breaking passes, but on the downside, he's a bit boneheaded. He can put stupid back passes, ill-advised touches, and it current times his focus shuts down a bit for a couple of seconds and can become costly. So
there's a
few flaws there, which needs to be ironed out. He also checked on some basic data. He scored 3 times for him in last year out of 21 games. He gives very few fouls away. He only gives 18 fouls away. He's a relatively clean defender who can be physically tough, but doesn't have to foul to stop attackers attacking. And he's got an 88% pass rate. So there you go. We've got some information, and they played vertical football under Christian Benteke.
Oh, Christian Benteke. DC United is where Rooney were at, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That is where he were at. Because that's not because obviously, like I've seen everyone on Facebook, on Twitter, sorry, that's saying it's MLS isn't the level of Championship, and I was like, well, it's not. It's better than League One because there's loads of South American players in there that are international level as well. Like it's almost like a split of homegrown American teams. When you look at America now as well, in terms of their national team in its entirety, we drew 0-0 with them at World Cup, and they look probably the better side. Like they've put some money behind it of America to increase that market and also increase the ability within football, both nationally and globally, with their thing. So I feel like signings for America now are not what they used to be when it was just Landon Donovan and a bunch of amateur players. Like it's a proper professional setup now they've got over there, and seems like he'll be all right. Shame to hear though, that he's not making them fouls when he wins ball. That's not for me.
I need somebody to go over touchline. None
He's
of this
following through on
clean
that.
defending bit.
So long as we don't get another Breck Shea, I'm happy.
I think that's the one that scarred us for side American players, wasn't it? That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Craig, for you, wish list 2 centre halves. I'm assuming minimum.
Yeah, 2 centre halves, and I won't mind an extra central midfielder. You know, and I think that's it really for me. You know, it looks like Robert Sustain, which I think's a massive win. Get Jordan Williams back at right wing back with Corey O'Keefe behind him. I don't know. Try and play Cotter a bit more forward to be That's what
Hey,
I'm
it's a
doing.
revelation.
steady.
Cotter
Up front. Up
Cotter
front.
I
up
would.
front.
No,
It's a
I mean,
revelation.
because we never stay in the same formation. Sometimes, if we're pushing for a goal, we have a right winger, so I'll fetch him on when we need him, to do the work in the final third. Because, to be honest, defensively, it's not that good, to be quite honest. But yeah, I would just need them. I think them three minimum. Any more than that, and I think you're just covering bases, which is brilliant. So, you can't have a squad that's too big. So yeah.
Nice. Interesting so far that none of us have mentioned bringing in an attacker or forward. Al, obviously you've given us the lowdown on Donovan Pines. What about Mizuni? Is it Mizuni? The central midfielder who's at Ipswich on loan at Leyton Orient. How do you feel about that rumour?
Do we need one? Do we need another midfielder? It just depends, doesn't it? If anybody's going out in this window from us, if somebody's going out, then yeah, interesting one, decent coming from Ipswich Town. For me, priority, I'd Liam Roberts get a keeper signed, and then we push on. Let's get him as a red. He's passionate for us. Every time we score, he turns around to Ponchen. He loves club. I'd get that one over the line if we can do, but that's all to do with Borough, isn't it? Whether
He's out of contract as well, isn't he, at the end of the season? So
yeah. So it seems good business for me
to show some intent, Al.
Yeah, and that pushes us on, doesn't it? Another centre back, yeah, we're definitely short in back three. Free up skipper, doesn't it? Then Williams. I'd go for another striker to have strength in depth.
Oh, there we go.
Just to cover. It's interesting, if we're going to push on, we need people who can put ball in back in net, don't we? It's not about defensive; it's about goals win games. So probably
Johnson, Clark, Harris.
I knew someone were going to say it.
Hey, we know he's for sale. We know Peterborough want him out.
No way.
Hey, if Charlton can get him, why can't we?
Charlton have signed every known player in League One and are sat well below us, and I don't understand it. They've got a team of known entities, and it just doesn't gel together. I think Charlton, for example, you can sign individuals, but it might not work as a team. Which happened to Ipswich when Germany Ipswich signed about 30 players in summer that year. It took them 3 years from that to even go up. It's crazy.
I just think there's an irony.
Going back to Rotherham, weren't they? But managed to, according to form, what their gaffer says, it were all agreed before he took over, and he's still going to be on loan to end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Neil Collins getting a bit of stick on social media because he said, both sides have got to agree to it, and Liam Rossini was saying, no, he's our player and what have you. And we were getting some stick, it's down to Rotherham, it's down to Rotherham. And of course, Neil Collins were right. We did have a say in it, and he stayed. So give him a bit of credit. He weren't wrong with that at all.
It's just smoke and mirrors in them press conferences half the time. I've never seen as many players be recalled from loans. Obviously, we've been subject to that with Owen Dodgson going back. Do you think it leaves a little bit thin at left wing back now, Andy?
No. Well, not really. Not for me anyway. It all depends what's going to happen this window. We've got Cadden there. We know that we've got others that can fill in there. Callum Stiles can play there as well. And if for example, Nicky Cadden got a slight injury and missed him, I'd have no problems at all with Callum Stiles playing there because I personally think it's one of his best positions, if not the best position for him. And if we get the centre backs we want, then there's others. There's others that can play there. McCart could play there if it really came to it. I'm not surprised that they've called him back because I think he's a decent player, and I think he showed in the last match. He's young, so he's going to make mistakes, but he's a decent player. But he's not playing enough. We hadn't been there. He's not played enough matches for us. So whether or not that's part of Burnley's thinking that they want him to develop. They want him to go to a lower league club than the Premier League and get games. And if he's not getting the games, I don't blame him because he's going to be a really good player. So it's a shame for us because he brings some quality, but he's in a position where it's a pity he's not a right-footed centre half. We could have done with him there if he could have played there. So it's just a bit of a shame. We seem to have at the start of the season, we seem to be signing centre halves like they were going out of flipping fashion, and then all of a sudden we come to January and we need centre halves because Cundy's still injured. No idea what's happening with McCarthy. I'm gonna make an assumption, but it's obviously my opinion that we don't think McCarthy is good enough for us, because otherwise, if he's back and fit, why ain't he playing? Just why ain't he playing? If he's not going to play for us and we don't, then let him go out on loan. It's only fair to him. Not sure what's happening about Lepata, why he's not playing. I don't know if he's trying to ease him back, but we need him playing if he's up to playing. So I'm not really sure what's going on with all our centre halves that we now haven't got. I hope if we do let Jack Shepherd go to Doncaster, and like Craig, I think that'd be a great move for him, get some experience. I hope there's a recall clause, because that for me, he's going to be a good left-footed centre half. I like him anyway. I'd be seriously thinking about playing him. I wouldn't have minded if McCart had gone back. Much as I think McCart's not done anything wrong, Jack Shepherd for me could fill in on that left-hand side. If it's for Donny, then so be it, and get some experience, and then come back like others have done, and show what you made of a total. Because I do think he's going to be a good player, but we need some, as Craig says, if we want to go up, we need players that are for now, not next season, not season after. Now, otherwise it's another treading water.
And we've got to get players hitting the ground running, haven't we?
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
Yeah,
keep momentum going.
I think as well on that, as you just mentioned there, Andy, of signing players, it's got to be players that increase the quality of our team. They've got to make it stronger, because at the minute, if we were to go up with this side, do you think we'd stay up the season after? I don't know, obviously there'll be some movement over the summer and things like that, but you look at the sides that have gone up and are doing well. Ipswich and Plymouth, they almost had low-end championship sides sort of ready to go last season, and then built on that in the summer. So interesting. I think last bit of business which has occurred, Al, one that you'll best give an insight on is Jonathan Bland sign a new deal.
And captain at under 18s. He had a cameo early on its season, didn't he, in the AFL trophy? He come on there, I think, squad number 64. Decent lad. He scored yesterday. I think, I'm not sure if he got a brace yesterday or not. They beat Peterborough 8-0 under 18s yesterday. So he's signed his first professional contract until 2026. So he's looking to push from under 18s, get some game time with under 21s, and then hopefully, probably not this season, next season, push on. I think he can play midfield and defence.
Nice bit of versatility in there as well.
He looked good when he played, Al. He looked good. Only a young lad, but he looked good enough for the step up. He looked good. I mean, we've also got Kieran Lofthouse has come back. I don't know if that's with a view to another loan. I don't know.
Is it from Gateshead that he's just come back from?
Yeah.
Is that where he was?
I think they wanted to loan him back out to League Two. They wanted to step him up a league. So
he almost scored that wonder goal, didn't he, for Gateshead?
Yeah, crossbar.
Yeah.
That.
Of course, Fabio signed a new deal.
Totally against him coming in as a backup, but like I say, young players need time to improve. So when all these people are like, "Oh, just stick them on your bench," no, we don't want them on our bench. You know what I mean? We want them out and we want them playing. So that's another thing with Jack Shepherd. Yeah. I think his best thing for right now is to be playing week in, week out. And I think he can do something for our squad right now. But I just think long term, development wise, it's better every week for him to be playing. And then when McCart leaves at the end of the season, when he goes back to Rotherham, he might be ready made to step into his shoes. And
spot on, Craig.
So Bland's a good lad. I mean, his family comes from West Bromwich. So for us to get him and another one like Fabio to really fetch a young kid on, and he wants to stay at Barnsley, that says something about Hassel, doesn't it?
He looked very competent. Yeah. That's one thing I can say. He looked assured in possession. He didn't get flustered, and I think that is some of the most key attributes you can have to a young person who's playing in a position like centre back, being able to hold your own, being able to not get overwhelmed by, the occasion, fans, and all this, being able to hold your own. So
I like the way he plays it down the wing, Craig. He rarely put it out to play, and he usually found a player down the channels. And I always got a friend coming. Told you, it always happen. The other one soon.
We've been waiting for cameo. No, I think it is good to see. Right. So I think that just about wraps it up because it's
there's Josh Benson coming back from injury as well.
Oh yeah.
The reports coming out is that he could be available for the next match. For the first match back against the Toronto Bristol Rovers. So who knows? I just hope for his benefit that he's back from injury and he stays back from injury because it's apart from it's for us, he's the midfield player that would be at the moment a great backup as long as he stays injury free.
Availability is the best ability.
Yeah, correct.
You can be messy, but if you start watching from the stand, you're absolutely no use to a club.
Well, to pull up one of the best cliches, he'll be like a new signing.
Like a new, if he stays injury free, and apart from us, obviously, I hope it for us, but I hope it for him as well.
Yeah,
for him.
That cost us £1 million.
Right. We'll be back in the week to preview Bristol Rovers, and hopefully we'll have some more transfer news to talk about rather than just the 2 rumours which have been going on at the minute. Well, we'll call it 4 actually. 2 ins and 2 outs. So we're back midweek with Bristol Rovers preview and any potential updates on transfers. And yeah, we'll see you later.
So one thing.
Go.
The women's game tomorrow, Tom Tartley pulls off. It's been postponed, I think, to the 21st. That just that. Tracy asked us to mention it.
Yes, and they'll be vying for top spots.
They won. They could have gone top of the league as well.
Yeah.
They'll be vying for top spot.
Yeah. Come on, the ladies. Come on, women.
Yep. We'll see you later. You Reds.